We've got outright winners, we've got head-to-head matchups, top finishing positions, DFS, and more. Welcome, everyone, to the Cut Line. We've got the Charles Schwab Challenge this week. I'm your host, Andy Lang, being joined, as always, by my fellow golf betting expert, Yann. We did not have any tales from the courtesy tent last week. We have very high standards here. Your shots have to be absolutely atrocious, and that course was so easy. I just couldn't really find any really bad ones. So we're just going to jump right into our one and done here. Yann, I had Eric Cole last week, finished 31st. Jordan Spieth was a really popular pick, and he just has that one round. That's the story of Jordan Spieth these days. 3 good rounds and 1 round that just totally takes him out of contention. So coming to you first, who are you going to use for one and done on the Charles Schwab Challenge?
I am taking Alex Smalley this week. He's one of the hottest players in golf right now. No one is hitting their irons better than Alex Smalley. He's had 5 straight top 20s, including a second place at a major in the PGA last time out. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Ryder Cup next year, because that is going to happen. He's accurate. He's good around the green. He's a solid putter. He's not really got silly mistakes in him. He contends this week, in my opinion. His record here isn't good, but last time he played here, he was 150th in the world. He's now ranked 41st in the world. He's a different golfer. I'm expecting a big improvement on previous showings. Alex Smalley to be top 20 is my best bet of the week, so I was always going to be taking him for one and done.
Yeah, I've got Alex Smalley coming up as well. Can't argue with that pick at all. So I am going to go with Pretty Ricky Fowler here. He's got multiple top 10 finishes this year. He finished 16th last year. He's accurate off the tee. He's got good putting, good approach. This is not really a course that you're going to overpower. And he's got the 4th best strokes gained in the field the last 3 months. So he's got good form. He's got all the tools, I think, to succeed here. It would not surprise me if he's hovering near the top on Sunday. So, all right, Ricky Fowler and Alex Smalley. Let's go to total strokes gained. And we'll take a look at the last 3 months here. No surprise, Ludwig's going to be your top total strokes gained, kind of by a mile. There's Alex Smalley last 3 months. Of course, Russell Henley's up there. There's Fowler. Gary Woodland. It's kind of interesting. Someone like Gary Woodland, who is his Achilles heel around the green, I don't know, maybe not too much of an effect on this one. But what do you make of the total strokes gained here? Any names stick out?
No names. All I would say is don't be scared of guys with slightly negative shots gained around the green. I think that's the key stat this week, and it's not an easy skill to separate with. So I think average around the green is actually good around the green, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm going to be paying attention to driving accuracy here. We're going to get into the course, but I mean, this is a Russell Henley course, not very long, but very accurate. He can give himself some good chances. Even Fowler, that's why I picked him. He's not very long, but he's pretty accurate. So, but then you look at Ludwig and you go, God, why is this guy not winning every week? He's one of the longest and most accurate guys off the tee. He's got no weak spots in this game. Come on, Ludwig. Come on. Get a win, buddy. So let's talk about this course here. We're going to Colonial Country Club. Hogan's Alley here. To me, the key is you've got some pretty tight fairways. It's not super long. We're at 7,200 yards. It is a par 70. This probably not going to be a birdie fest. There's just some, dog legs, and it typically plays pretty fair. They've got the horrible horseshoe, holes 3 through 5. So I think it's pretty good and fair course. You're just not going to have anybody run away with it, I don't think, unless they just get insanely hot with the putter. I think there's going to be quite a few guys in contention. What's your take on Colonial?
This is one of the easiest handicaps of the year for me. This is all about accuracy and short game. Firstly, you've got to be hitting fairways off the tee, like you said. You will be getting in all sorts of trouble if you're wayward with the big dog. These are narrow fairways, and they are not easy to hit. So accuracy off the tee really matters this week, and distance off the tee doesn't matter to me at all. Once you're off the tee, it's a second shot golf course, but not like a traditional approach and putting contest that we usually see. That second shot is more about preventing bogeys than attacking for birdies. It's about avoiding danger and showing good ball control skills to not drop shots. and then it's around the green. That's the big key for me this week. The greens are small. You will miss them even if you're good on approach, and controlling iron and wedges isn't easy here at all. The short to mid game is a real test, and that's where this will be won and lost, in my opinion. This isn't an easy golf course. It's always firm and windy here. It's a really fine margins golf course, and like the matter of a few inches can make the difference between a good round and a bad round. So overall, it's accuracy off the tee, approach, and around the green for me, and then a good putter will always help. I love this course. It's a real test, and it's fun to watch these guys sweat with the finer details of the game. And we are in George Strait country, so this should be a good one.
All right, I'm with you. It's always a pretty good one to watch. I was just bored out of my mind last week. Didn't watch a whole lot of it. It was just like, there's just nothing really here. So, all right, we move to players that can trip you up. Last week we had Cootie, Spieth, and Mitchell. Dead wrong on Mitchell. Spieth, just that one round. You can't trust him to be top 5. He has to put together 4 good rounds, and it's like he's incapable of doing that. So we'll go with my first guy. I think people are going to pick Ben Griffin because he's the defending champion, and I don't buy it. Before last year's win, he finished miscut in 52nd here. So long-term course history, not exactly impressive. His approach play this season has been pretty poor. Unsustainably hot putter, plus 0.96 strokes gained over the last 30 days. 1 top 10 finish all year, and they're pricing him as the 4th highest favorite. I think they're going to field with it. What's kind of weak. People are just going to be like, oh, he won last year. He's probably going to play good. I don't buy it with Ben Griffin. So cover your ears, Yann. Bobby Mack, I'm not going to want any part of. He did look sharp earlier this season at the Players in Valero, but recent form kind of collapsed. His last 4 starts are miscut, 42nd, 60th miscut. Stats last 30 days, his putting's awful, minus 0.38, minus 0.4 around the green. Approach is below average. So it's not one weak area, sadly, for Bobby Mack. It's kind of everything. I don't think this is a good course for him with how he's playing right now. And I'm going back to Keith Mitchell. I don't buy Keith Mitchell for a second. He finished 5th last week, but he was plus 0.06 putting. How did he finish 5th when he wasn't putting that good? So I think last week he could just swing for the fences. He's long off the tee. This is an opposite of Keith Mitchell type of course. So long off the tee, just you're going to need a little bit more to do that. He's made the cut here, but he's priced pretty high, 36th and 37th here the last couple of years, but he's being priced more towards a top 10 guy. I don't buy it from Keith Mitchell this week. So. All right, we move on to top 10 or missed cut. You probably don't know who I picked in this category. I went with Wyndham Clark, who ended up winning it. So I'll go to you. Top 10 or missed cut. Who could you see competing for the win or completely missing the cut?
Give me El Capitan, Keegan Bradley. Everything about this course sets up for his game. It's an accuracy test. He's a good around the green player. He's a good iron player. He came 2nd here in 2024, and his 21st in the Masters would actually put him close to the top of this field. Normally, you would say he has every chance of going really well. I just have no idea where his head is at with golf right now. I'm not even sure he knows. He's not actually had a top 10 finish in 2026. He's had 2 top 20s and 4 missed cuts this year. If you can honestly tell me you have a strong read on Keegan Bradley right now, you are either the best handicapper on earth or you are a liar. It's Keegan Bradley for top 10 or miscut this week. It just is.
I'm going to go with Harry Hall. His last 3 finishes the last 3 years here are 6th miscut and 3rd, and his last 2 finishes this season are 8th and miscut. It's frustrating because when you're betting on golf, you want consistency. At least I do when I'm looking at props and everything. And Harry Hall used to be he was a consistent Harry, like top 40 every week, top. It just hasn't been that way this year. He's just a little bit all over the board. So I know he had the personal issue a while back. I don't know if he's completely gotten over that or whatever happened to it, but wouldn't surprise me if he's near the top or if he doesn't see the weekend. So. We moved to head-to-heads. I only had one last week. I got to be honest, I wasn't very confident in it. Pendrith over Meisner, and that was a loss by a couple shots. So head-to-heads, I found them pretty tough this week. I only got one. What'd you come up with?
I can't explain how much I love this one, and I will be putting it in for clients. I'm going to be taking Dirty Harry Hall over Pearson Coody. Everyone who knows me knows I love Pearson Coody. I love how attacking he is, and his potential is so high. But it's exactly that attacking mentality that costs him in this matchup. He will make mistakes this week and drop shots. He just will. Harry Hall is a boring golfer, but around here, I think that really helps him. Coody is one of the worst around the green players in the field. Hall is one of the best. That is such a massive advantage to have this week. Hall is also the better approach player and the better putter. In the last 25 tournaments both guys have played, Hall holds a 15-7 record over Coody. And at a track like this, it all just lines up for Harry Hall's consistency. He just has to be taken over an attacking golfer like Pearson Coody this week.
Let's hope we get a top 10 from Harry Hall as opposed to the miscut from previous segment. So I'm just gonna keep going back to the oldie but goodie and fading Max Homa. The matchups are getting worse and worse. I got to take Bo Hostler over him, but it's just the fade Max Homa after the Masters, 69th, 38th, 52nd, miscut. It just it's not very good. He didn't even play here last year. So Hostler, not great. Stats aren't going to blow you away, but he did play here last year. He made the cut. I actually think if making the cut, he might just win this matchup, even if you just see the weekend, because Homa is just a complete, utter fade at this point. So let's see, we're moving on to top finishes. While we're doing that, please hit the like button. It really helps us out. Leave us a comment below. Tell us who you like this week. Love reading all the comments. Appreciate all you guys joining in. I see the views going up. So really, really appreciate all you guys taking time out of your day to join us here. So Yann, let's get into some top finishers. I got two that I really like. I'll let you go first. What'd you find?
My first one is Robert McIntyre, top 20, plus 110, including ties. I always find him a bit overvalued in betting markets, so this is actually the first time I've bet him all year. I just think this one actually sets up really well for him. Like you said, he's had 4 really bad events in a row now, and that's why we're getting a good price here. But I just can't get away from the fact that his entire game is about being accurate. He is one that you can trust to find fairways. On approach, is where he's had most trouble lately, but he is one of the best around the green players in the field. So I'm not sure those approach woes even matter too much. And to top it all off, he's one of the best putters in the field too. He came 6th in this last year and was only 2 months ago. He came 4th in the Players. I fully expect Bobby Mack to get back on track soon, and this course just sets up too well for him. I expect him to contend if he can piece it all together. I like the plus money about Bob Mack top 20 here.
Ooh, man, you and I going head to head. I feel like whenever we go head to head, it's always over a European guy.
Yeah.
It's like it's never a hot take on American. It's always a Fitzpatrick or a McIntyre or a McElroy or one of those things. So. Oh man. All right. Well, you already touched on him. I like Alex Smalley. I did top 40, no ties at minus 142. You echoed it. He's arguably one of the hottest golfers on tour. 2nd, 17th, 7th his last 2 tournaments. So 3rd best total strokes gained in this field over a period of time. So I don't need to rehash all that. But yes, we agree. Alex Smalley is a good pick. So do you have another one?
I do indeed. I am going to be taking Russell Henley top 20. This is a great course for Russell. Very accurate off the tee, really good approach player, really good iron and wedge player, really good around the green player. He just ticks every single box this week. And yes, this is the man who missed the cut of the PGA, but he came 3rd in the Masters, 6th in the Arnold Palmer, and 13th in the Players. When Russell Henley is playing his golf, he is absolutely elite. And this is a week where he's certainly getting to play his style of golf. He came 16th here on his last visit in 2023. I don't really get why this price is minus 110, including the ties. It feels like a silly price, in my opinion. I'll be very surprised if he's not contending outright. Russell Henley already has 6 top 20s in 2026. I fully expect him to make it 7 this week.
Well, we haven't talked too much about him, but the number 1 price guy, Ludwig Ober, is minus 142, top 10, no ties. He's known as a bomber, but he is pretty accurate, and he swings so hard, it's not going to be that much for him to just take 3-wood on some of these holes that are dog legs and just plunk it out there and still get decent distance. Number 1 total strokes gain in the field. This has hit in 7 out of his last 8 tournaments. It's a weak field. The only time this hasn't hit in the last 8 tournaments was the Masters in the stacked field where he finished 21st. So very, very weak field. There is no reason why Ludwig shouldn't be winning tournaments like this, or at least finishing top 3. Like, he's been doing it. He's been doing the top 5 thing, but come on, Ludwig. Show us you can close out one of these tournaments. So, but top 10 at -142, I think is a pretty good bet. So, all right, outright winners. Going to you first before I give you my 72 to 1.
Well, I'm going to be doing 2 this week because I don't think anyone will take my first one seriously, no matter how much I insist he's massive value, because it's Nico Echeverria at 150 to 1. On the bare face of it, you'd give Nico no chance. His best finish in his last 8 events is a first place finish. But this is what you're all going to overlook. All of these events are majors or driving heavy contests. We are now back in an iron contest, and that's where Nico's at his best. He's a solid around the green guy. His irons, when they are there, they are elite. If he can make some putts, don't be surprised if he's there on Sunday. Let's not forget, he's already a PGA Tour winner this year. Some weird guys have won this competition in the past at very, very big prices, and this price is done. It's that simple. Why not Nico Echeverria this year? And my second one is Andrew Putnam at 60 to 1. One of the most accurate drivers and best around the green guys in the field. You have to give him chance just on that. If he can just avoid the big mistake and make a few putts, he has every chance, in my opinion. He already has 2 top 5 finishes in 2026. He came 3rd here in 2019, 15th in 2022. He's only missed 1 cut in his last 10 events. Don't be surprised if Andrew Putnam puts it all together and massively overplays his price this week either.
Well, on DraftKings at 72 to 1 is Andrew Putnam.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how we don't talk about this, and yet we somehow ended up on Andrew freaking Putnam. But this is what happens. I like this. I like this part of the show where we don't talk about things and we end up on different or same things. So, here's the craziest stat. You look at his total strokes gained, and there's one massive flaw, and it is so massive, but it's driving distance. And it takes him from, if he was average, he would be plus strokes gained off the tee by a mile, because he's one of the most accurate drivers on tour. But listen to how short he is off the tee. The PGA Tour average distance is 302 yards. It's right there. He's at 283. He's 20 yards behind the average guy. So no wonder he's not competing at, some of these monster courses. But you are so right. This is the if ever there was he's 3rd in driving accuracy, and every other stat is pretty good. So I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew Putnam ended up being there. So when we talk about some of these outright winners, like, you can sprinkle the outright, but also don't forget to look at the top 40, top 20 markets. So when we say like long shots, there's other ways to jump on those. So, wow, Andrew Putnam. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to get your Andrew Putnam breakdowns. So amazing. All right, let's go to DraftKings Darlings. I had a bad week in DraftKings Darlings. 2 people missed the cut. Tejas Schmid and Davis Thompson are dead to me. We'll start with Jackson Suber at 6,600. He's looked completely different over the last 2 tournaments. Pretty bad January through April, but he finished 19th and then 4th in back-to-back events that had weak fields. I think this is pretty weak, easy scoring events that he finished good in. So underlying numbers are really good. Driving accuracy much improved. The approach, play, and putting were fantastic the last 2 tournaments. If that version shows up, this price is going to be way too low. I mean, you literally could have built a mansion on just betting on John Perry to make the cut. He just keeps making, he's like -188 to make the cut, and he's 7,000 on DFS. Even after last week, he hasn't missed the cut. Another weak field. Distance off the tee is his only real weakness, but again, these are the kind of guys that we like. So he's accurate, not a great putter. Doesn't matter. I just need him to make the cut and give us weekend points. And then Eric Cole continues to be undervalued in DFS, continues to play pretty good golf. 31st place finish didn't do me much good like in my one and done. But DFS, yeah, you're getting really, really good numbers from that. Last week marked 4 straight made cuts, 2 of those finishes inside the top 15. Over the last 30 days, he's 9th in the field in total strokes gained, showing kind of an all-around game. So I think Eric Cole's pretty good to put in your lineup. So Suber, Perry, and Cole are going to be the 3 DraftKings darlings. And as always, golf article is up at WagerTalk.com. Just go to the top right and click on the news tab, and you'll be able to see the articles up there. We got UFC articles this week. We got golf, and you'll see my full DFS lineup that is in there. Coming off a losing week in DFS, but look to get back to our winning ways. All right, that's going to do it for us on the cut line. Thanks so much, guys. Like button, comment below. Good luck on your bets, and we will see everyone next week.